So, growing a successful video production company can be a little bit tedious. And because there's so much involved with the production of things, with, stock footage, licensing music, and that's what I want to talk to you today. I want to give you the shortcut that I wish I had when it comes to knowing about these things. And that way you don't make the same mistakes that some of us have made. And I will make this process overall a little bit easier for you, I guarantee. What's going on, guys? Look, today I've partnered with Artlist.io to kind of give you a rundown on licensing music, how I do it, how I do sound effects and my sound design. As you may have seen in a few of the recent films I've created, I use a ton of sound effects to kind of immerse people into the film. And I do that through just a catalog of sound design that can be found on Artlist.io. And when it comes to making videos for my client, when it comes to doing actual production work, I have to license all my music. And instead of licensing songs individually, of course, it just makes more sense to go with a subscription service that has everything already built in for you. So what I want to do today is I want to walk you through why I use Artlist.io, how you can use it, and of course, you can sign up below and just get started, because licensing music, sounds, video, anything can be a pretty, daunting process at first. But once you get the hang of it, it is so freaking easy. All right, so just a little bit of backstory. When I started doing anything that was video based, I would just pull the song I wanted and put it on the video. It is terrible. I definitely do not recommend. You do not own other people's songs, and you can't use other people's songs unless they're copyright free. So you can run into trouble. If you don't license stuff, you can get ridiculous fines. And I'm trying to save you that heartache. So don't ever, just don't. But when I started somewhat being a little bit more professional about it, I would do weddings and I would film the wedding, go into the edit and go to license a song. And I would listen through a couple songs, and it was a bit difficult, but I would find one that I liked and pay so much money for just that one particular song. And that was it. And if the bride or if somebody didn't like that song, guess what? You paid more money to license a second song and potentially a third. And yes, it is a nightmare that I will no longer deal with, but it is some stuff that I had to go through because I didn't really understand, the whole process. And I just knew it was an expensive thing that I didn't even write in the budget, that was a little bit daunting. And I don't want that for you. So what I do today is now I just go to Artlist.io. It helps me pick thematics. It helps me pick how I want the song to feel based off certain intros. The music that you're listening to here when I'm talking is all through Artlist. And I find that because it's more than just, filters for songs. This helps me pinpoint exactly what I want, exactly how I need things to feel. And it helps with all the licensing. It makes it so freaking easy. And it's all in my name, and you don't ever have to worry about it. And it is ridiculously cheap compared to what I used to do. And so, yeah, I definitely would recommend going with somebody like Artlist.io. I would recommend, always licensing your music when you do client work. Do not get fined. Do not come out of pocket $300-400 licensing individual songs when you have an entire catalog. So if it feels like I'm trying to sell you on Artlist, maybe, but what I'm actually trying to sell you on is skipping the heartbreak. And somebody like this just ended up making it a lot easier for me. So that felt so much better than doing what I used to do. Now, breaking down the sound effects side of things, I use Artlist for my personal music tracks. I use it for the YouTube videos. Everything's already licensed for YouTube, so it doesn't even pull up as red flags or anything like that. But the sound design is something I can get freaking lost in, because finding good sound design in multitude is extremely hard. And even if I did have a extensive sound effects pack, Having it on my computer, it can just get repetitive. It basically, there's never enough variety is what I'm saying. But having an online platform as a digital storage that I can pull from anywhere and log in at any point in time and download, that is how I do my sound design. Those are the things that I keep in mind when I'm filming. I'm like, oh, I don't actually have to capture the sound if the area is terrible for audio. I actually already have all of this in catalogs with Artlist.io in my account. But that's what makes it great for me. That is how my life has been made a little bit easier. And I will gladly partner with somebody who can save me a ton of time on the front end and the back end when it comes to any kind of revisions, when it comes to sound design, when it just comes to the licensing process. This is the way to go. All right, so if you want to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to licensing, when it comes to sound design and sound effects, and make things a little less overwhelming, I'll leave a link in the description below and you can get yourself a free trial through them and just kind of test it out and see if you like it. But with that all being said, that's all I have for you today, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, consider subscribing because I'm bringing you more content just like this every week. So you guys stay safe, you're loved, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.